Hello and welcome. And thank you for joining us for another Sunbelt live chat, where we get to feature some of our authors to talk about their books. We're very happy you could join us today. I'm Diana Lindsay, and I'm president of Sunbelt Publications. And today I am honored to introduce our author, who is, he's an author and a mission scholar, and he has written many books, researched and written many books on the missions of Baja and Alta California. Some of you actually may have seen Max because he has appeared on Huell Hauser's California Gold. And he also has been on KPBS television when he talked about the California El Camino Real and its historic bells. So this was one of his earlier books, and he's written several books since then. One of my favorites happens to be actually a laminated card, and it's called The Quick Guide to California Missions. This is something you can actually put in your car, take around when you do an auto tour of the California missions and find out all about them, or even use them with your children who are studying missions during the fourth grade. And speaking of studying missions in the fourth grade, you might want to check out our Color and Learn series. We have a book here on coloring the California missions, which has lots of information on each of the California missions, and it provides the opportunity to color each of one of those, and then you can learn all about them. Today, Max is actually talking about a new book that he has written on the old missions of the Californias. There's missions not only in Baja but Alta, but all 48 of them. So without further ado, I'd like to turn the discussion over to Max Kurillo, and welcome to Sunbelt Live Chat.
Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
Well, today we're going to be talking about 48 missions. Yes, I know you say there's only 21 in Alta California, but there's many in Baja California. My co-author, David Kier, is a specialist in Baja California missions. I've seen them all. I've been there, but he has studied them for 40-some years. And but today we're going to present some of the missions and when they were founded. The book lists all the missions, all 48 of them. They tell about them, their location, where you can go and visit them. They have pictures that usually are not shown to too many people of the missions. All the pictures are updated to 2019. They tell about the presidios and the 3 different religious orders that's connected with these missions. In 1697, the Jesuits came into Baja California, the lower part of it. And they went up to a place called Velicata, which you will see a little picture of here, and they stopped there. They were extracted, and the Franciscans came in. Well, when Spain decided they wanted to go up to Monterey, which they didn't know how far it was up there, they took some of the Franciscans with them, stopping at Velicata for reinforcements and for supplies, and then going northward to San Diego to get supplies, and finally to Monterey. Well, as the Franciscans left, the Dominicans came in, and they occupied the old missions, or what's left of them, in Baja California, and the Dominicans built missions, established missions, all the way up to where the present-day border is. The Franciscans had everything north of that. Now we'll take a couple of looks at some of the missions. The first isn't the mission, but it's the name that's above the doorway of the Laredo mission. And it says head and mother of the missions of Baja and Alta California. And since it was the first mission of this mission chain, it's very appropriate. But they didn't stop there. The Jesuits then established in 1754 one of the most remarkable rock missions of the West Coast. The Jesuits started this mission, then the Franciscans took over, and we don't know how much they did, but then the Dominicans came in and finished it. There's a very good road riding up to it. It's a very impressive mission in a little valley. The next is Ignacio. This is a very beautiful mission building here that faces a patio area, that plaza area, and it has other buildings on the back side of it. And it's not shown very well, but this is pink rock, and that's local rock that the architect and the builders got from around here. Once again, it was started by the Jesuits, then the Franciscans, and the Dominicans finished it. We talk about Velicata. This is what's left of it. If you want to know the rest of the story, it's in the book. So, unfortunately, this was a nice big building, and treasure hunters came through and just absolutely ruined it. You won't find it unless you go with the directions that's in the book and look for it. After Velicata, we have San Diego. This isn't the original site, as most of you know, but it's been modified. It was torn down. It was rebuilt, and it's one of our most popular missions right now, and it's worth a visit to this mission in case you haven't been there. It's very, very interesting. This is Santo Domingo. Well, that's in Baja. That's right. When the Franciscans finally got up into Alta California, they started founding missions. At the same time that the missions in Upper California or Alta California was being developed, the Dominicans were developing missions. So time-wise, chronologically, they fit together like that. And this is one of the missions. What's left of it, it's being preserved by INA. It's well worth walking around and seeing how the people lived and the construction of the buildings at the time. Our next mission is Capistrano. See, we went down south and we're coming back up north now. This is, as many of you know, this is the rock church that was built there. It's probably the oldest church in California. It's a little commercialized, but it's amazing to see how that rock work was done. one of our well-built and fantastic missions in San Luis Rey. That's right in San Diego. And this was almost completely destroyed. The archways were destroyed. If you walk along here all the way down, you can see there's 4 or 5 more that really did not get restored. So this is an example of our missions. Now, in the book, we show you a picture, we describe the mission, and we also describe how to get to the mission. So that's an all-inclusive travel book. And everybody that has an automobile and is going any place should have this. These are very, very interesting historical sites that I think is well worth your investment. Well, this pretty much ends my presentation. Now we have questions. Anybody want to?
Where can we buy your books?
You can buy your books through Sunbelt. You can sunbelt.com, and they'll take it from there. The book is on sale now. It's $18.95. It's originally, I have to check the original price, is $20.95. So you do get a little discount there. These are very, very interesting to read, and something that you can sit down and pick up, and it's like taking an adventure to all the missions. Any other questions? David and I wrote this book, which I failed to mention in the very beginning, because when we go out on public presentations, people were always confused. They get the missions mixed up. So we said, okay, let's clarify this for everybody. We'll put the missions in order of their founding, and then you can take it from there, and there's no confusing.
Okay. Michael Anthony has a question. How does your book address the native Indian impacts from the Spanish looting of the lands?
It doesn't. This book was meant to establish only the founding time of this. We do not address the military, the government, the native Indians at the time, because the Indians in Baja California were different than the ones in Alta California. So that would be a very, very lengthy discussion. We do not do this. This is only the buildings.
Okay. Michael Anthony also says, please tell David Kier that at a recent talk at the Santa Fe Library, a guest, a Spanish Army officer, attended the talk. So
I'll let David know.
All right.
I'll talk to him. I talk to him almost every day.
What is your favorite mission in Baja California, and what is your favorite in Alta?
Probably my favorite mission in Baja, there's 2 of them, in Ignacio and Javier. There's others that's very, very nice, but those 2 are outstanding. And Alta California, boy, for architecture, it'd probably be between San Luis Rey and Santa Barbara. For actual preservation, San Miguel, up just north of Lompoc, the state parks. One thing I haven't mentioned, we have 19 Spanish missions. Well, what happened to the other two? Those are Mexican missions. They're developed, they were founded and developed by a Mexican government and the priests. A legend says you ride one day apart. Well, the first mission was San Diego, the next mission was Carmel. I can't even drive that 60 miles an hour in one day. So that legend isn't practical until the 19th mission is built. Then we do have records where a person has rode from one mission to another, and that was in mid-June of some year that I forgot. And he actually had a logbook he had the padre sign. But we don't address the Indians, the Indian problems, the government problems, the military problems in this issue.
What are your thoughts about the fire at San Gabriel mission?
The San
recent
Diego
fire.
mission?
No, San Gabriel.
Oh,
the fire,
San Gabriel
the
mission.
Recent fire.
That's really too bad. These missions are old, and if they're not brought up to the safety standards that we have today, then things like this will happen. Mistakes happen, and accidents happen. And it's a shame. I was in that mission last year, and I hope that they can restore it to what it was before.
Okay. Is that all the questions? All right, I think that's it.
Well, thank you very much, and please contact Sunbelt and ask them for a catalog or order online, and they'll be very, very happy to service you. I want to thank Sunbelt, Diana, my assistant Sharon, and Rebecca, who does all the work around here.
All right.